Hello and welcome to the Oklahoma Workers' Compensation Commission's video tutorial on how to fill out your Affidavit of Exempt status. We'll assume you've found our website by now since this video is posted on our website. That website again is wcc.ok.gov, and you'll know you're in the right place because it says Oklahoma Workers' Compensation Commission right at the top of this page. Now, let's just jump right into it. You'll scroll down on this page and find this large button right here that says Affidavit of Exempt Status. Some important instructions over there that points out how you can navigate our Case OK website to find the right form to fill out. So let's just go right in there. We'll hover our mouse over this button here and click on it. And that'll bring up our Case OK system. You'll see over here other services. You'll see that Affidavit of Exempt Status. You'll just click on that and it'll bring up the first page of the form. You'll need to read through this exempt status fact sheet. Got some statutes that have definitions of employees and independent contractors. And then below are some statements to help decide if you are an independent contractor. It's important to keep in mind no one statement is controlling, and your status is based on all of the facts in your situation. Take a minute to read through all of these, and if it sounds like indeed you are an independent contractor, you can go ahead and proceed and say you have read and understand the foregoing statements. And then you'll click on this button to get on to the next page, but first you'll have to do a little security thing here. It's wanting me to click on all the fire hydrants. Oh, it's got some more for me to do here. Alright, and then we get into the next page. We'll see here some fields with little asterisks up here. Those are all required fields. You'll need to fill out all of that information before you go on to the next page. Business name, if you do not have a registered business name with the Secretary of State, so you just use your given name. I'm going to use the name Test, T-Test, to fill this out since this is a test. First name Test, last name Test, middle name T. And that is Mr. Test. Alright, of course you'll fill out your given name and not test when you fill this out. Just thought I'd point that out for you so in case you get confused. Now this FEIN number, this is not a required field. It does help us sort of differentiate between you and any other businesses or entities that have a similar name. It's not required to fill it out, but it does help us in filing if you do have one and you want to put it in there. Next up, you put in your street address. I'm going to put in the address of our offices, 1915 North Stiles. And it's saved in my Google autofill. So I'm going to click that autofill. Now, if you do use that Google autofill, you're going to want to go through and make sure it filled out all the right stuff. 1915 North Stiles, correct. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Correct. County, Oklahoma. State, Oklahoma. Zip code, Oklahoma. Now, get down to the email. It's very important to use a good and current email address because your affidavit file stamp copy is going to be sent to this email as well as any billing receipts. So it's very important you use a good email address and you don't put any typos in there. I'm going to use my email here, wcc.gv. Oh, typo, watch out for those. And I'll use my office number here, 6, okay. Again, not required to have that phone number, but if we need to call and double check on any of your information, it's good for us to have it and be able to get a hold of you in case there's any problems processing your form. So we've got that all figured out. I double check all of my information. That looks good. And I will proceed on to the next, which is the wording of our affidavit. Read through that. I, Test, T, Test, state under penalty of perjury as follows, and I'll let you read that as you fill out your own form. This is merely just to show you what you do to get through the steps, so I'll go ahead and move along, and we'll click down here. I have read and understand the foregoing statements. And then we'll move right along to signing this affidavit. Now, if you have a digital signature that you'd like to use, you can upload it here. You'll just click Add Signature. It'll go into your files, and you'll select the signature that you have. Or, if you want to just jump right along and fill it out, you can drag your mouse as you left-click and sort of draw your name in the box. Very simple. You just hold down on that left clicker on your mouse and drag it around and write your name. If you're satisfied with that signature, you'll hit submit. Now, up here is the Affidavit AES number. You're going to want to save that for the bill paying options because you cannot complete the bill pay without this little number. This number will also be emailed to you, so if you hurriedly clicked along to pay now and you forgot to write it down or copy and save it, it will also be emailed. And there's the email right there. It's got that AES number and the filing request sent to the email that we previously put in. So once you have that, what I like to do is I highlight it. That's you just left click and drag to highlight it, and then copy, or you can right click and select copy, or you can just press Control-C and copy it, and then go to Pay Now. And this takes you directly to our bill pay site at our website, and the very top one there is the Affidavit of Exempt Status fee. That's going to be a $50 fee. What you'll do is you'll click on that, and you'll fill out your information that you put in, and complete that. Put in all that information that you had earlier. Make sure there's no typos. KC, Oklahoma. 705. Daytime phone number. And we will put in our email. It's important, again, make sure you're putting in a really good email that you check often and is in use, and make sure you don't put any typos in it because we can't correct it on our end. So make sure it's right when you put it in the first time. .gov, double check that. Check yourself for typos, and right here's the last is where you're going to put in that AES number. What I'm going to do is go to paste, and I'll paste it right there. If you're not comfortable with using the copy paste functions, you can just take a good old pencil and paper and write it down and then copy it down there. It's that 3-digit number, and you'll see there the payment amount that you'll be responsible for, and you'll hit continue. And this will be where you can check all of your information is right, and then the next stage is going in and paying for it with your credit card or bank card. And I'll let you fill in that next page on your own. That concludes just about everything you'll need to do to pay for that affidavit. It should take a couple of business days to get that processed, and then you'll be looking in your email that you've listed on that affidavit for a file stamp copy of your Affidavit of Exempt Status. If you have any other questions, you can call us at 522-3222. That's the 405 area code in Oklahoma City between the hours of 8 and 5. And we'll be very happy to help you with any questions you may have about filling out and receiving your Affidavit of Exempt Status. Thank you very much. Have a great day.